Hello my dear students, welcome back to another session of social studies. Today we are on the last chapter, that is lesson number 11 from semester 2. The chapter name is Rights and Duties. Now, rights and duties. In the Indian Constitution, there are certain rules and laws which each and everybody, the people as well as the government, has to follow. So we also have to know there are also the constitutions is also about our rights and our duties. So in this chapter we are going to learn about what are the rights and duties for being the citizen of India. Now, when you come to the school as a student, you also should know what are your rights and duties. Now, in a school, you should not destroy the property of the school, and you should maintain a proper discipline in the school. You should respect your teachers, and as the rights which you have is that and the rights which you have is that you should utilize all your problems with your teachers, like and the duties is that you should not spoil anything in the school. Now let us do the warm-up session. Look at the list given below. Tick the ones you think are punishable offenses. Share reasons for your answers with the class. So you have to tick the one which you think are punishable, which is not right. Having an opinion about a national issue. Having an opinion. If you have to give any opinion about a national issues, I think it is your right, because being the citizen of India, you have the right to give your own opinion. So it is not a punishable offense. Next, admitting children only from affluent background in your school. Now, admitting students only from the affluent background means the children who are from the good class family, like wealthy class family. So it is very wrong. So this should be punishable. Now, singing the national anthem. Singing the national anthem is not a crime. So it is not a punishable offense. Stopping people from celebrating festivals of their religion. It is a big crime, because being the citizen of India, and India is a democratic country where people have all the rights. So right to freedom of religion is also that we cannot stop the people to practice their religion. So it is a punishable offense. Next, in this chapter we are going to learn about rights and duties, importance of our rights and duties, directive principles of state policy. First is the constitutions. Constitution means a written document where all the rules and regulations are written or applied to the people as well as for the government. After India's independence from the British rule, the newly formed Indian government framed a set of rules that would be guide for them and the future governments to govern the country. The set of rules according to which the government governs the country is known as the Constitution. India has the world's longest written constitution. The Constitution of India was drafted by the drafting committee of the Constituent Assembly. Dr. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar was the chairman of the drafting committee. It came into effect on 26 January 1950 when India became a republic, and that's why we celebrate Republic Day on this day, which is on 26 January. So Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, he was a person who has changed the system of Indian Constitution. He is known as the father of the Indian Constitution. Our fundamental rights. Now, what are the rights we have being the citizen of India? We should know our rights. Fundamental rights refer to the rights given to every citizen of a country. These rights are given to ensure the well-being of citizens. A person can move the court if these rights are violated. The Constitution of India gives every citizen six fundamental rights. We have 6 fundamental rights, which are those: right to equality. All citizens, irrespective of their religion, caste, sex, race, and place of birth, are equal before the law. Now, right to equality. If you belong from a poor caste family, if like lower caste family, the Dalits, if you belong from a higher caste family, you will be given the equal rights. Now, talking about the equality means when we see during the election time, when people go for voting, we see that all the people stand in one line. There are not separate line for the higher caste people, for the lower caste people, for this profession people, for that profession people. All the people stand in one line. Here we can see the equality. Everybody is equal before the eyes of law. Right to freedom. We are all free to speak, live, and travel within the country and choose any profession to earn a living. So we have also the right to freedom. We can speak, we can live and travel wherever we want, and we can also choose professions of our own to earn a living. Nobody will deny us. Right against exploitations. Now, what is exploitation? The action of treating someone unfairly in order to benefit from their work. Exploitation means if you are working under somebody, he or she cannot treat you unfairly for his or her benefit. No person can be exploited or made to work without pay. This right also does not allow employment of children below the age of 14 years in dangerous jobs. Right to freedom of religion. Every citizen can practice the religion of their choice. All religions are treated equally in the eyes of the law. Right to cultural and educational freedom. We can develop and preserve a culture or language. This law in particular protects the rights of groups of people who are less in number and are commonly referred to as minorities. Now, right to education, we know that each and everybody has the freedom to study. Right to constitutional remedies. It allows every citizen to move court if any of their rights are being denied to them. If you see that your property has been taken away by somebody without your notice, so you can file a case against them because you have the right to constitutional remedies. You can move to a court and file the case against that person. Now let's move on to the activity. Identify the fundamental right the citizens enjoy in the following situations. Now these are the situations given, and from this you have to find out the fundamental right of the citizen. Number 1, a Hindu woman will be treated the same way by the court as a Christian man if they both broke the law. So it means right to equality. Everybody is equal in the eye of law. Muslims are free to fast during Ramzan, Christians during Lent, and Hindus during Navratri. It means right to freedom of religion. Right to freedom of religion. Everybody has a right to practice their own religion. If there is a threat to life or property, the person has full right to seek justice and protection. Right to constitutional remedies. Right to constitutional remedies. Next, it was about the fundamental rights. Now, what are the duties for being the citizen of a country? Our fundamental duties. Just as the Constitution grants us rights, it also expects us to perform certain duties towards the country. Some of these are listed below. The Constitution of India has given us the six rights, but we need to perform. We need to take the duties in order to fulfill the rights, the fundamental rights. So the Constitution also wants to perform certain duties towards our country. To abide by the Constitution, we have to follow the rules of the constitutions. To uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of the country. To defend the country and render national service when called upon to do so. To promote harmony and sense of brotherhood among the citizens of the country. To safeguard public property. To protect and improve the natural environment of the country. Parents and guardians must give educational opportunities to their children between the age of 6 to 14 years. So these are our duties. Now, directive principles of state policy. These are for the public. Now, there are certain rules which are given to the government. Those are known as directive principles. Our constitutions also lays down certain guidelines for the government to follow in policy making to ensure welfare of the people. These are known as the directive principles of state policy. There are some policies also. Some of the directive policies are listed below. Equal pay for equal work, to secure living wage for a decent standard of time, to promote economic and educational interest of the weaker section of the society, and to promote animal husbandry. So these are directive principles. Now let's move on to the exercises. First is filling the blanks. The dash is the set of rules according to which the government governs the country. So it is the constitution. Next we have Indians have dash fundamental rights. How many fundamental rights we have? We have 6. Next, India has the world's longest dash. So what we have? We have the written constitution. We have the longest written constitution. Next, the Constitution of India was framed by dash under the chairmanship of dash. So it was framed by Constituent Assembly. Who was the chairman person? Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar. Constituent Assembly. Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar. Next, India became Republic on 26 January 1950. We have next state true or false. The Constitution of India was drafted by a Constituent Assembly. True. The Constitution of India is the second longest constitutions in the world. False. We have 8 fundamental rights. False. The Constitution states only our rights but not our duties. False. The directive principles of state policy in the constitutions are to be followed by the people of India to serve the government. False. Okay, so this was about the chapter, our rights and duties. So we'll end up the session here. I hope so you have understood the chapter nicely. So take care everybody and thank you.